I'm Jan Surrey.
I'm Steve Bergman. We're co-authors and married.
Well, we were actually looking for something to work on together, to do something creative. And when we originally heard and read the story, we were both extremely taken with it. Both of us had been involved in treating alcoholics and had family issues and history, but I had been working particularly on the study of the power of relationships to heal. So this actually came from me from an appreciation of healing. And it seemed like a perfect story to work on as a play.
Well, actually, what we decided to do two things. One, to write a book on our other work, which was working with men and women. We wrote a book called We Have to Talk, Healing Dialogues Between Women and Men. And this was the other thing. But we immediately knew when we read the story of Bill and Bob and knew about AA that it had to be told as live theater, because it starts and ends with an epilogue and a prologue of a guy standing up and saying, "My name is Bill W. and I'm an alcoholic." And then Dr. Bob on the other side of the stage. Dr. Bob, alcoholic, good to be here, sober. So we realized it had to echo an AA meeting at the beginning and the end, and that's the way we framed it.
We actually thought that the experience of being at a meeting was really important for people to understand AA. Not just the story out there, but their own experience of connecting in theater, which made theater the really perfect way to teach about AA.
I think with this particular piece of art, with Bill W. and Dr. Bob, we have been meticulously careful and respectful of the material. We wanted to write a great play, but we wanted it to be true to the history, and we wanted it to be respectful of AA as an institution. So at every step of the way, we've really tried to be authentic about what we're writing.
The other thing is, as there has been a sort of idealization of these people in AA. But what actually has come to me to understand is that they were really human, and they were not perfect, and they had their own foibles, and were not totally healed. But the fact that they were human actually makes it even more powerful in the end, so that we're respectful of their story, but we're also very aware that these were two human beings who had lots of flaws, but did create an incredible healing energy that's way bigger than each of them as individuals. And that's what it's really about. It's letting go of the ego. It's letting go of personality and finding something between people that's bigger than who they are. And that's why in their coming together, the healing and the energy of AA took place. It wasn't about who they were as great people.
It's about the healing power of good connection.
We met Dr. Bob's daughter. When we were researching the play, we went to Akron, we went and visited all the sites, all the archives, and we met many people who knew Bill and Bob and Lois and Ann. We spent a lot of time with Dr. Bob's daughter, actually.
His name is Sue Windows.
And really got to know the family as well. So I think they were in Akron, they wanted very much to not have this a story of Bill Wilson, but to really have it a story of these two men who began the chain of connection. And not that it wasn't about Bill. Bill really has gotten a lot of press for being the founder. And we really felt it was very important to show that it wasn't about his ego or who he was. It was really the connection between the two of them. So I think the families really wanted us to tell it like it was, and also to credit the women, because in the play it's very obvious that it was in many ways the women's contribution that made it, and without the women this could never have happened.